Release the unhealed hurts of the heart is the affirmation of the day. We often want the highest love, maybe believing it will dissolve all past pain. It might over time, but not instantly. Plus, why would you want to skip over the growing pains? You always look back with gratitude, 1 inch taller, 1 year wiser. However it's paid off, it's paid off. Maybe you meet the greatest love of your life, or you feel the ultimate self-love. But all along the way, we are greeted by love. Love of neighbors, family, friends, from service, from work, short-lived romances. These are all where we grow too. Hopefully, we can extract a lesson and lessen the suffering over time. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is adjustable. We can dismiss these connections and experiences as not so valuable, as if they're taking up space in our hearts, like saving your appetite for a big meal. But the heart isn't like the stomach. The heart is infinitely expansive, and its capacity to hold small love like appetizers only helps satisfy the in-between before big love inevitably comes too. I suppose you have to be a believer in bigger love is coming to keep waiting, satisfied, and patient, or just to savor what you do have. I sat in meditation across from a past love and felt one of the greatest doses of big love yet, not coming from them but from above, swirling with the violet light of angels. In its delivery, I received clear knowing, you have been blocking love. My throat closed a bit, but I wanted to release the tension it so clearly held. All through our bodies we can find blockages, tension, parts of us stuck in the past, holding on out of fear. But it's on us to notice them and clear them, to not allow tightness to turn into stiffness, to end up hardening ourselves by past experiences in life, but to continually soften is the goal. We can pick up some wear and tear through our years, and I had unhealed matters inside of me, mainly in my throat. Perhaps that's why saying some words came with more caution, more difficulty, less trust. We have to notice what we're picking up along the way. Pick up more love along the way, leave behind shame, guilt, regret. Rest in the gratitude for all that was shared. We sat in stillness for a long time, but I was the first to say, thank you. Thanks for sharing love my way. Unblocked from feeling the gratitude and reawakening to bigger love down the line. Hey you, I'm Anissa. Today's video is for anyone who feels like they need to clear their heart of clutter. Maybe you've had matters of the heart unresolved in the past, or you're feeling some level of heart closing or numbness, and you're needing to revisit what parts of you have been shut down. Then this video is for you. Clearing out the clutter of our heart is so important when we're ready to receive new relationships, new connection, when we just notice that there's a need for forgiveness of people in our lives. We're constantly on a journey of opening our hearts again and again. I believe that there's no such thing as heartbreak, just continual heart expansion and opening, though it can often feel like a breaking open. Most of my videos are a reflection, sharing from my personal lived experience, because I believe we all have so much wisdom and we are each other's healers, providing a mirror to see each other more clearly and go down the self-inquiry process. This week, I went back to Brooklyn, my former home. It felt so good, so I want to share a little bit of that story and also share with you some tips to support your heart opening, heart clearing, and some guidance when to know when you need heart clearing, what to do about it, and takeaways from this last week for myself. This time around, I shared the artistic before the explicit. But as always, I highly encourage you to go through the practice of writing for yourself, of expressing yourself creatively throughout whatever medium supports you and makes you feel most alive and expansive. I think that we are allowing our liberation through self-expression in this season. If you enjoy this video, please like it and subscribe to this channel for weekly uploads. I got more bling on, got my jewelry back from Brooklyn from my old apartment. This is my parents' wedding ring. I guess technically my mother's wedding ring. It was very heart-opening to go through the journey of collecting my old things and sitting down with him. And we sat and we did a meditation experience, which I shared in my writing. I entered a really deep meditation and was able to have a lot of clarity on the ways that I was blocking love, blocking myself from receiving love. And at the end of the meditation, just deeply thanked him for being such a great partner to me. Sometimes when we're going through hard times and painful times, it's really hard to share all of the love alongside the suffering. And so it was like a really cathartic time to be able to express that. And also close the chapter with my New York chapter. And also it was like kind of an opening because I was reminded how much I love New York so much. And having a bi-coastal life is one that I am definitely cultivating. A number of other opportunities to tune into the heart and have more forgiveness have arisen for me. And I think it's really important to notice patterns in our life when it's a season of heart expansion and we're needing to release past pain, we're feeling a little blocked up, more cautious. And so I'll go into some tips and strategies for you to support your recognition of the heart needing to be uncluttered, and then heart expansion tips to really open yourself up to the big love that you truly desire. How do you know if you need a heart clearing? 1, you might feel pain in your heart still from something unresolved. You might find yourself living in your head more than your heart to numb out the difficulties of life and not tap into the emotional states as much. You might push people away who are trying to get too close to you. You feel the need to control people or situations around you to feel safe, to protect yourself. You're more self-guarding. You feel undeserving of love, and that shows up in conscious and subconscious ways. You feel intensity of emotion like anger or fear. You feel more emotionally erratic and triggered. You feel residual negative emotions within you, maybe a lingering somberness, a lingering sadness, a lingering loneliness, whatever the case, but there's some lingering of residue within you. You're not feeling like you've ever been unconditionally loved. You're not feeling connected to the highest love, divine love. You're feeling disconnected from yourself and others. Those are some reasons people recognize that they need to undergo a heart clearing. It also might be intuitively guided. In the past, I have definitely felt more intuitively guided to do heart clearing, reaching for cacao as a ceremonial thing, and I'll get into some other strategies to support your heart opening going forward. Here are 8 suggestions for heart opening and moving forward if you feel the need to clear the clutter of your heart. Undergoing forgiveness hour, or weeks or months. Basically, this is the process of forgiving yourself and forgiving others for past hurts and wrongs. I have, not super intentionally, but have gone down this avenue of reconnecting with people from my past and telling them that I appreciate them and that I'm sorry for not recognizing how much I valued them in the past, and expressing that more, expressing gratitude for loved ones. The love that's still within us, oftentimes we feel like people are in our past, but the love that we feel for them is still here and very much accessible to us. 2, you can actually just go down the gratitude practice. If you aren't able to visit those people, maybe they've passed away or they're just not geographically accessible to you, you're not going to fly across the country to see them, then going through the gratitude practice of really writing to them. You can write a letter, you can write things that you appreciate about your connection with them from past experiences, what you appreciate about a school experience or a memory that might be lingering within you that caused you historical pain. 3, getting into the practice of yoga. There are so many different postures, asanas, that support our heart opening and expansion. There's plenty of them. You can go online and you can look up which ones might support you if you're interested in undergoing a heart opening experience, because we unconsciously start to shrink down sometimes and we become very internal and internalized, and that shows up in our physical posture during this time. One of my favorites, taking part in a loving kindness meditation. So there's so many different types of meditations to support heart opening or to tune into your heart. A loving kindness meditation is one where you're really sitting with the desire to feel more love, to receive more love, to send more love out to others. So practices that are similar to this, taking time to sit in silence, is really powerful and returning to the feeling state of love internally before seeking it externally. Next, on the physical side, there are things that you can engage with that are more heart opening, whether it's rose quartz or holding physical objects that symbolize a lot of love to you. Maybe it's past memorabilia of a loved one or loved in your life. Going to nature, engaging with plants, being in the physical energy exchange with healing objects. Number 7, second to last, heart opening affirmation. So sometimes this is one of my favorite practices in the morning. Depends on how much I'm needing, but really doing mirror work, saying yourself in the mirror, loving affirmations. If you can tell yourself that you love you, that you can sit in front of yourself and send yourself some love, then you're looking back into the window into the soul, our eyes, and you are directly transmitting the frequency of love back into yourself. And that's a beautiful practice to say, I love you into the mirror, to say, I appreciate you, I forgive you. Number 8, expression. So that could be through the form of journaling or talk therapy or group therapy or being in a circle of people that you feel safe to share with what's going on in your heart, what's coming up, what residue still remains, and really being able to talk and process through that can be really supportive to you. So those are some tips and tools to open your heart and declutter it. There are so many other things that you could do to support your well-being, to support your heart expansion and opening, but these are some that really resonated with me and hopefully with you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm wishing you so much love, reawakening of your heart in this next week and going ahead. I appreciate you for being here.